last year I had a chance to go to Laramie for the guitar, building guitar, and it was awesome. In my family, many of my cousins, my grandma, my uncles and aunts, they play a guitar. So I thought, I can do it. So my grandma tried to teach me a couple times. And first, for some reason, I couldn't play like this, so I'd have to change all the strings, and then my grandma was like, this is not going to work, and it was really bad, so I quit. And then I got very upset when my cousin learned how to play guitar in a night. One night, he just stayed the whole night, and next day he's playing, right? I was like, oh, I hate him. But, I just keep that on my back. So then when I had the opportunity to go to Laramie, I was just very excited about that. I didn't go with the idea of learning how to play the guitar. I went with the idea of building the guitar, so it was good. I've been teaching mostly adults for more than 7 years, and middle schoolers now 5 years. I love middle schoolers. They're so crazy. They don't understand what's going on, but they pretend. If you tell them a joke, they think they understand, but you're laughing at them, then you just walk away, and they're like, what's going on? So I love that. I also think that is the perfect time for teachers to step in and just show them how wonderful is life, right? There's a lot of tools that we can use to do that, and now more than ever, I think, with all of the technology and all the things we have, especially in this country, I think we can do a better job. So after teaching in my previous middle school, I quit because I want to teach more and I didn't have the chance to continue working there. I was the director of technology and I didn't want to do that anymore. I like computers, I like networking, but I love teaching. So I quit and I founded my own company. It's called Teachers Who Tech. So what I do is I have professional development for teachers and I teach a lot of different things. Everything is about project-based learning. So they build something, and around that, they get different type of ideas. The best scenario for me is to have a group of teachers with different backgrounds, right? Not just the math department, but art, math, science, physical education, all of them building one project, and then just creating knowledge around that. So now we have something that is more meaningful for kids. So a couple years ago, I implemented this class in my school, and it's called Music with Microcontrollers. So what I did is I used carrots, drills, cardboard, and an Arduino, which is a microcontroller. I taught them how to build their own musical instrument with a carrot. So I'm gonna show you that. Okay, it's just a couple seconds actually.
Okay.
All right, so that's how it is. It's really messy. They love to use drills, and I mostly focus. These classes are elective, so it's not necessarily about understanding what's going on behind all of that, but it's more about having fun. They do learn a lot of things, but I don't go into that. I throw a lot of science and a lot of history while I'm teaching, but it's not like with the end of proving that knowledge. So that's the start of my class, right? Then from there we move into let's build a guitar. So I bring an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar, and what I ask them is to downscale that. So they don't know what they're doing. A lot of math, fractions, a lot of algebra. They don't know that. So they just start measuring, and then yes, they measure. Who is the person who is talking about that? Yes, it is very important. Some of the kids, they want to just look at that and say, like, yeah, I think it's this. No, you have to use the ruler, right? It's very important. So great things happen after that. They all go into they have different ideas. I don't necessarily tell them what type of body they should have. So I just give them like a canvas, and then in that canvas they can do whatever they want. So you see there, like, there is like I think it's a head of a cat. That is a Mickey Mouse. That's an apple. And then you have like some others that just look like a guitar. So it's very, very open. After that, they paint it, customize it, and then the end of this project is that they connect this to a microcontroller. So this microcontroller right here, it's going to control every single of these wires. Those are just telephone wires that I actually stole from an old place in my school. Like, nobody's using it, I'm gonna use it, and I just went and rip off all of that. So I try to use a lot of recycled materials. So those classes are very, very low in volume. So they connected to this microcontroller, connected to the computer, and then we open a program that is called X4A, it's Scratch for Arduino, and it's a very friendly program. So they don't necessarily need to know how to code. They're just gonna drag and drop different code, and then they're gonna say, all right, so I want this wire right here connected to this port to play a sound. So it could be any sound, not necessarily the sound of the guitar. It could be anything. You can even record your voice. So this, we joke about that constantly. Like, they can record pretty much whatever they want. So that was my class a couple years ago. So when I received an email from the head of the school telling me that there is this opportunity to go to Laramie to build guitars, what am I going to say? No, I just, like, right now? Should I go right now? So I went to Laramie and learned how to build a guitar. It was really fast. It was awesome. Went back, tried to implement really fast how to do the school. We had this, bought everything. And now the day of the classes start, I bought everything. I never test anything. So there's a lot of things that are kind of weird here, right? Like, my students are sitting on top of their bodies. So the clamps that I bought didn't work at all. Like, they tried to clamp it, and it was like, nothing worked. So I think a good teacher think really fast and try to figure something out, right? That's a good teacher. A great teacher step back with the students to figure it out. Well, I didn't do any of those. I freaked out. What am I going to do now? I didn't do anything. But it was awesome. They figured it out. It wasn't me, it was them. They figured it out. So these are middle schoolers. I only work with girls. And so there is a good reason why this should be for high schoolers and up. So middle schoolers don't have enough body mass. They don't have muscles, right? So I end up helping them a lot and sweating constantly. I would sweat all the time. And my first term was September. It was hot month. So it was very intense. But they did it. They work together. They help each other constantly. And then I realized that I'm on top of something that is bigger than that. It's bigger than building an electric guitar. So yes, I talk about the guitar, the body, all of the parts, and then the fun parts start. At the time that I was teaching this, they were also learning something about body and science, and then they came with ideas about sex, and they went to parenthood, and they came with more ideas, and now you have holes here, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about this with you girls. You know, like the same thing that happened with boys talking about balls and all of that. They were talking about the same thing. Same thing, yes, but with girls. And it was funny because now they're like, hey, Miss Cristina, can you check my body? I'm like, that sounds so weird. Like, okay, can you see if my body is soft enough? Oh my goodness, this is so weird. They knew what they were doing. It was really fun. So some things very important about this project was collaboration. So I was the only one working in this project, and I had to share this room with 3 other teachers. This was not my room. So I ended up with things in so many places, in like 3 or 4 different classrooms. So messy all the time. Other kids use our tools for other things. Came back and couldn't find the strings because they use it in an art club or stuff like that. But still, it was a good thing. They always have to work at least with another person when they were using like the pencil or a drill or a power tool. Sometimes I was not in the classroom because I was with another group outside, probably painting. So then I had a call from another teacher saying, like, your students are doing this, they're not supposed to be by themselves. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Somehow nobody had any problem in this class. Nothing. So that was really good. I was very, very extreme explaining about what bad things could happen if they don't do what I tell them. So, okay, when they're soldering, I'm like, okay, it is good. You don't have your goggles, totally okay. You're gonna be here like that, boom. But then your friend is next to you and she asks you something, and you're like, what? And then you stab that girl with this hot solder, and then the blood is there, and I'm like so specific with all of that. And they're like, oh my goodness, all right, we must do it. So always like that. So they collaborate constantly. This is an 8th grader, and she was working with this 7th grader constantly. It is true they didn't know how to use a screwdriver. That was very interesting. I don't know, I assume a lot of things when I taught this class. Probably because when I was at that age, I already knew how to use those tools. Okay, but it was completely different with them. So this is an 8th grader. She's using the drill, and she was pretty much doing that for all the 7th graders because they didn't have enough muscle. So she was doing it for them. It was a good time also for them to socialize and learn a lot about what they think in terms of other classes, what are the subjects that they feel they like more than others. And then I had the chance to share with other teachers saying like, hey, you know what, I think this student needs this in your class, or you're missing something in your class. So it was very interesting to me. This is the soldering part. You see, they are using the routes. I was just taking pictures at that time. And something that was really, really good is the leadership that they got from this project. So now they feel like they can build something. They think they can build everything pretty much at this time. So they talk about this project with other kids. Then it was very popular. Next time more kids wanted to be in that class. A science teacher came to help me, and then the math teacher came to help me at some point. So it was good. Painting was the worst part of this. A lot of girls cried. Same error, like just bring whatever you want. They didn't know how to spray. I didn't know how to spray. Then, some girls were crying. We talk about the importance of math, they talk about radius of 12 and all of that. Some of them were very knowledgeable about that because they already been playing some instruments, or some of their parents or family members knew about that, so they came with that knowledge. That was good because they couldn't remember everything. And then some of them came after time for trying to finish with their projects. So that's what I got from my first group. The second one was actually much, much better, I think because I also knew what I was doing. But these are the guitars from my first project, and that's the guitar that I built for the head of the school. Another student came in just to try to test the guitars. She was not in the class, but she knew how to play, and those are my students. So you can't see, but right here on the back, there's a student who's crying because she couldn't finish with the guitar. So I have to spend an extra week with her. But she's like, oh, you just come here for the picture. She's just crying about it. So it's been a very, very interesting time for me. Where I'm going now is, unfortunately, I can't continue building this type of guitar just because how much it costs. But there's a lot of different opportunities for us. There is this new project where you can buy just the neck, but you can build the body with cardboard. so you can build it just layer by layer, and you can have, it's not going to be spectacular at this guitar, but the cost is so low. It's like $50, $60 instead of $120, which is not a lot, but for the students that I'm teaching now, that is pretty much impossible. So thank you for your time.
We've got